So, you hear the headlines, right? Some of the biggest names in tech are letting go of thousands of people. And the reason they're giving? AI. I mean, it really feels like we're living in the future, like right now. But here's the thing. Is this the future we actually want? Are we watching brilliant, forward-thinking innovation in action? Or is this a genuinely scary moment for the future of work? Okay, let's get into it.
Because really, that's what this all boils down to, isn't it? All the headlines, all the anxiety, it's personal. It's that little voice in the back of your head that starts to wonder, hey, could my job, my whole career, be the next one on the chopping block? And just look at who's making these moves. We're not talking about a few small startups here. We're talking about Oracle, Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, Intel, Meta. I mean, these are the giants. And in just the last year, tens of thousands of jobs have been cut as they all pivot hard towards artificial intelligence. The sheer scale of this is, well, it's impossible to ignore.
All right, so let's put on a different hat for a second and look at this from the business side of things. From a company's perspective, this isn't about being malicious. It's logical. It's about trying to build a faster, smarter, more efficient engine to drive progress.
And this quote right here, it really nails the why. I mean, just imagine a workforce that never needs to sleep, never gets tired, and can crunch data on a scale that is just completely superhuman. For any business, AI is this incredible promise to automate all the repetitive stuff, make everything run smoother, and save billions of dollars. The financial pull is just massive.
And, I get it. The logic is pretty compelling. An AI system can scale up operations in a way a human team just physically can't. It slashes human error on those boring, repetitive tasks, and in the long run, costs a fraction to operate. It is an incredibly powerful tool for productivity. But, and it's a big but, that productivity comes with a pretty serious trade-off.
And that's exactly where we have to flip the coin and look at the other side of this whole equation, the human side. Because what looks like progress on a corporate spreadsheet doesn't always feel like progress in people's actual lives.
We're not talking about a few positions here and there. We're talking thousands upon thousands of real people, engineers, marketers, you name it. And every single one of those numbers represents a person, probably a family, and a career that's just been thrown into total uncertainty.
You know what's kind of wild and honestly a little terrifying? It's the speed this is all happening. This isn't some slow, gradual change we can all get used to. For a lot of people, it feels like the skills they've spent years, maybe a decade, perfecting are becoming obsolete almost overnight. That creates a massive amount of anxiety.
And the ripple effects from that are just huge. It's not just about losing a job today. It's about this growing gap between the skills people have and the new skills companies suddenly demand. That creates a real risk of widening inequality, and it just injects this deep anxiety into the very idea of having a stable career anymore.
But hang on a second. Let's just pause here. Is AI really the bad guy in this story? Or could it just be a really, really convenient scapegoat for something else?
This right here is the critical question. Are companies truly restructuring their entire business for a new AI-powered future? Are they just using all the hype and buzz around AI as the perfect cover for good old-fashioned cost-cutting? I mean, think about it. It's a fantastic excuse to boost those quarterly profits and make shareholders happy, especially when the whole economy is a little shaky.
Exactly. So the official line is AI-driven efficiency, but the reality might just be general cost cutting. They say workforce transformation, but maybe it's just a reaction to economic pressure. The key thing here is the choice. These companies could take the money they save from AI and reinvest it in retraining their people, but so many of them are just choosing layoffs instead.
So looking at this whole complicated picture, what's the path forward? It's so easy to feel kind of powerless, but there are actually some clear strategies, both for individuals and for us as a society, to try and navigate what's coming.
Okay, so for you as an individual, the key is probably not to try and compete with AI, but to collaborate with it. That means deliberately learning new skills in areas AI isn't great at, creativity, critical thinking, solving really complex problems. It means learning to use these AI tools to become an absolute powerhouse at your job. And it also means demanding that your employer actually invest in your growth.
But what you can do alone only goes so far, right? We also need to be thinking about bigger, systemic solutions. You've got some economists talking about ideas like an AI tax on companies that replace a lot of workers with automation, and then using that money to fund social programs. Other people are calling for stronger unions or even laws that would require companies to invest in retraining their workforce.
Which brings us to the big, fundamental question at the end of all this. As we move into this new era, where do our priorities lie? Are we on team AI progress, foot on the gas, full speed ahead, and we'll accept the disruption? Or are we on team human first, making sure that nobody gets left behind, even if that means we slow down the pace of change just a little?
At the end of the day, the goal here isn't to stop the train of progress. That's probably not even possible. The real debate, the one that truly matters for every single one of us, is about who gets to lay down the tracks. It's about shaping this technology so that we build a future that isn't just more efficient, but one that's also more fair. And that is a conversation that all of us need to be a part of.